Okay, so this is a beginner's guitar lesson for Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. So, we've got 6 strings on the guitar. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the thick string is the 6th string, and the thin string is the 1st string. Right, okay. And also we've got what are called fret markers on the guitar. Right, there's usually one at 3 on this guitar. There isn't. These dots here, right, and they're also usually on top of the guitar. So you get one at 3, 5, 7, 9. Right, so what we need to do is we need to go to the 4th string, the 7th fret, 6, 5, 4, 3, 5, 7, and we need to do the 3rd string with our little finger at the 9th fret on the 3rd string. Alright, so we're playing 2 notes basically. Right, 7 on the 4th string, 9th fret on the 3rd string. Right, now what we need to do is play strings 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Right, and the count on that is going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Right, so we've done 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and twice. Okay, then what we need to do, we need to bring our 1st finger back to the 6th fret of the 4th string, and the little pinky stays the 9th fret and the 3rd string. Then we do the same pattern again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Right, then this is the easy bit now. We just take our 1st finger off and play the open 4th string and keep the little finger where it is, and do the same again. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And finally, to finish off, we come back to the 7th fret of the 4th string where we started, and we do 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Right, so that's going to be our pattern, right? Okay. So if we played it all the way through, that's going to be 1 time round, right? And then when we go back to the start, we start on this 7th fret again. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 off. Back on. Then we start it again, right? So we stay on this where we started. So we do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and open. Back to 7. Right, okay, so that's going to be our intro, and that's also going to be in our verses. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is go to the chorus part. Right, so this is easy because we've only got 3 chords on the chorus. We've got an A chord, 1st finger, 2nd fret 4th string, 2nd finger, 2nd fret 3rd string, 3rd finger, 2nd fret 2nd string. Alright, so what guitar is called 3 in a row. So all we need to do is put our fingers together and put them all in the same fret on strings 4, 3 and 2. That's an A chord. Alright, okay, the next chord is an E. This time the 2nd and 3rd fingers are going to be on the 5th string 2nd fret and the 4th string 2nd fret, and the 1st finger is going to be on the 1st string, sorry, on the 3rd string 1st fret. Okay, so It's an E. And the next chord is a D. So this time, first finger, third string, second fret, second finger, first string, second fret, third finger, second string, third fret. Right? So the pattern, the strum, is going to be the same as what we did on the intro and verse, but this time I'm going to strum rather than pick the strings. Alright, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and times 2, so it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E. D and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to A. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. What we do is stay on the A now again, because we've gone back to the start. Now, what we can do is, there's a bit of a cheat, and we can get from the E to the D a bit quicker. Alright, so what we do is, we take our second and third finger off, and keep our first finger on. Then what we do, we slide our first finger into the second fret, and then we bring second finger onto the first string, second fret, third finger onto the second string, third fret, right? So we've got what's called a pivot and slide, right? There's our D. Keep the first finger on to get back to E. You can do the same thing, right? Okay. And also, when we want to go back to our first part of the song, we finished on the A chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right, so what we can do now, again, keep our first finger on, and we can slide that finger down to the 7th fret of the 4th string, bring our little finger onto the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and we're back to where we started again. And because we finish on this chord on the verse, to get back to the chorus, we can just bring our first finger back and put our 2 fingers underneath it in the same fret, and we're back to the A chord which starts the chorus. Okay? And that's how you play Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. So this is what it should sound like in full, right? So this is the reason we use our little finger, because we need to come back, and that gives us more space. If you use the 3rd finger, it's a bit trickier, right? So we use our little finger, right? So we do, this is going to be the full thing, the intro and the verse. Stay on this chord again, and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Chorus. If I just lay lie with me, just forget the world. Stay on the A. 4, keep the first finger on, slide it back, 7th fret. And that's it, that's all your verses and choruses.